shoot! Oh shoot! Here we is. We live, baby. We live.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, we're live. Can you see
We're
it?
live?
Yes, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is weird. This is like I
On
don't know.
YouTube?
On YouTube? What?
What they do?
What? This is weird. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Tanya is here. I see her in the chat. Hey. Guys, welcome to another episode of the Talking and Killer podcast.
Yes, sir.
We have a special guest today, as you can see. This white girl. What the heck?
It's me.
This is Kimberley, guys. If you guys don't know, this is Oh, I
Don't do
think
that.
results. I mean, I think they flirted like a few times on our Fortnite streams, but it's okay. Amanda, he is here. Guys, yeah, this is Kimberly. We used to stream on the same app.
Yes.
She still is there on the 17 Live app, and we wanted her on the podcast, and she wanted to be on the YouTube premiere.
Girl, you acted like I asked to be on.
Yeah, you did.
She wanted to be on.
No, wait, hold up. I asked you if you wanted to be a part of it, and you said yes, but I wanted to do it when you're on YouTube. See?
Yes,
So
I did say that.
yeah,
You're correct.
there we go. Welcome in, everybody, guys. I'm here with my co-hosts, John and Patrick. What's up, everybody? How's everyone's day?
Hey. Been cool. Hot.
That's it.
Been hot.
Yeah, it's so hot today.
Not here. It's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Was nice.
I know. It's winter for them. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's winter in Australia right now, so it's quite cold.
This is a dumb question. Does it snow there?
It snows, but not where I am.
It snows in the mountains.
Yeah, in the mountains. Yeah, people go skiing and snowboarding.
Tell everybody where you're from, Kimberly.
I'm from Australia, from Melbourne, Australia.
Okay.
And yeah, I ride a kangaroo to work every day.
Shut up.
Something.
Exactly what I pictured.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Tell them where they can find your streams and watch your content now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I stream on the app 17 Live. And my username is literally just Kimberly. So
Yeah.
just don't forget the E.
At
L-E-Y.
Kimberly. Yes. At Kimberly.
Don't forget the E. But I stream every day on there, usually around 1:30 p.m. PST. And I stream about mental health. And yeah, it's a good time.
And that's it, Kim? And that's it?
I mean, we joke about a lot of things on there, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We joke a lot. we talk about some peaches and some affidavits, you know.
Wow,
It's fun.
Okay,
It's a
so
fun
some
time.
fruits and stuff. Okay, cool.
Some fruits and legal stuff, but also mental health. Like a lot of people definitely come in, and it's a safe space, a safe community for people to be able to go to kind of talk things through and feel supported without like the judgment. And you can be anonymous on there as well, which is really helpful, particularly when it comes to mental health.
Yes. Kim is a good person to. So like, if you ever need a therapist, I don't think you need it. Just go to her streams and just like raid her chat with your problems, and she'll try to help you out.
Yeah.
That's what she
Pretty much.
does. That's what she does.
I mean, to some extent, obviously I can't give advice. I'm not like an actual professional therapist, but
But you are though.
it mainly started from kind of, you know, having an understanding of my own mental health and being able to feel like I could reach out to people and support them in that kind of way without it being necessarily a professional, like just someone to be a friend more than anything.
Yeah. I think that's what's good though. Like people who like therapists who can really connect to you on that level based on like what they've gone through themselves, so that they can really, really relate to you, so that you just don't feel like you're just talking to some person who went to college for it, but really like
Yeah.
they understand you and stuff like that.
100%, and especially with therapists, like they follow a lot of the guidelines of how a therapy session should go, and it doesn't feel personable. It doesn't feel like they actually understand you, like they're almost just going through a checklist.
And it's expensive, guys, so don't waste your
That's
money.
true.
Just go to Kimberley
That's right.
on 179.
Okay,
Go to
something's
Kimberley.
throwing me out like I'm selling out free services here.
Guys, it's free, but if you guys give her baby coins, I think she'll give you a free session, a free one-on-one session. Isn't that right, Kim? I'm just joking. She doesn't do that.
Oh,
She doesn't do that. She doesn't, I'm just
What kind of session you
Well,
talking
John,
about?
he's like, okay,
I'm just joking.
like
No.
it's like, tell me about your
girl.
day. Oh,
No.
man.
This girl is like busy. I don't know how she has like energy to do like her streaming stuff, because she wakes up around like 6, because the time zones are different. So she wakes up at 6 and she gets ready, and then she streams like for an hour and talk to people. Like, who has energy to talk to people at 6 a.m. and like be interactive, interesting. And then after that, she goes to work and she does like a 9 to 5. Then when she gets home, she studies, because she's still in law school, because she's a paralegal now.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, what the heck? How do you have time to do anything?
And I still have time to answer your calls too.
Yeah, she still has, dude, for real. I call this girl almost every day.
Yeah.
And like, we're on the phone for hours and stuff as well. Like, even.
Yeah. Usually I'm working at the same time, but yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy schedule.
What made you start talking about mental health and kind of like sharing your aspect in helping people?
Well, it all actually started. So I started streaming in 2020, right sort of when like the pandemic had started. And during that time of my life, I was sort of faced with a lot of really, really confronting situations that made me realize that like I had a lot of things going on that I was struggling with, and I didn't feel like I had any support. And so because I was dealing with these, mental health issues on an everyday basis, and I felt like I didn't have a lot of support in my own personal life, I wanted to kind of find a way that I could sort of bring mental health to a platform that could be more of a support group more than anything. I'd also tried to sort of implement mental health protocols within like the workplace when I worked at a firm prior to the one I'm working at now. And it didn't really work out as well as I wanted, because I've been always very passionate about mental health. I did study psychology for a little bit until I realized that I didn't want to actually become a psychologist, but I was still very passionate about it. And I wanted to sort of implement it in the workplace and sort of have like a better mental health system and support for staff. And especially because I do work in law, and lawyers in particular have a very, very high mental health struggle rate. So that was something that I noticed and wanted to help with, but it just didn't work out. And I found out about streaming. And so I just decided to go on and start talking about it. I didn't necessarily open up too much about my own issues, but it was just more allowing people to have a safe space on the internet, where a lot of us were at the time, because there was nowhere else to be. We were stuck in a pandemic.
Right.
So I kind of just started out on the sense of like, I want to connect with others. I want to also feel like I can make a difference on a platform where people would actually want to connect, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. She's a professional or whatever.
That was inspiring.
For someone that's not professional, it sound like one. So we appreciate your presence and look forward to you giving us some information and educating us about this topic today.
John is so professional
I'm
today.
excited.
I know.
All right, I'm
Hey,
excited.
what was
Maybe I
this?
got my work voice on.
I know,
My
what was this
professional
the other
record.
day?
What was this?
Anyway, before we get into things, how's everyone? How's what y'all do today? Let's just take it easy, and then we can go into the hard stuff.
Before we get to the actual mental health stuff.
My hair done. I'm blonde again.
Well, go ahead. I was I don't know. I just got off of work, so my day's much like Kim's. Just wake up,
It's simple.
grind, work from home, Kim, or no?
Part-time work from home, and then some like other times in the office. So
Yeah.
2 days a week in the office.
Yeah, adulthood. But didn't do much today. This past weekend we had 4th of July, and saw some fireworks, went swimming, stayed in the house, got some rest. So nothing much.
Yeah.
Stayed with family, friends.
Chill.
Nice.
Pat, what'd you do?
Oh, I rode a jet ski for the first time.
Hey, how was that?
It was fun, man. I didn't know you can brake, like stop, like on a jet ski. Like you can literally like brake and it'll stop. I'm just like, I don't know, like my brain couldn't wrap its mind around that,
Yeah.
bro. Like I was like, what the heck? But you could, but I eventually got a bunch of seaweed and algae wrapped up inside the motor and whatnot. But the good thing was that like towards the end of it all though. So
Yeah.
that was probably like the highlight of
Of
my
your- What's my highlight of my 4th of July? Nothing. Like literally, like watching the fireworks was the highlight. I was like, that's like so basic, because I've literally been doing nothing. But I freaking love the fireworks. I felt like I was like hallucinating. I feel like I was high, and probably because we were like so close to it that I was just like, what the heck am I, like slap me or something. Like I had to like wake myself up a little bit. I was like, this is real. Yeah, it felt weird.
Did you all hang out on 4th of July?
Me and Pat met up at nighttime because it was this
friends.
yeah, our friend's neighborhood has this kind of like community thing where they have like a lot of food trucks and stuff, and like all of their neighborhood
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, it's super American. Like if you went there, like it's like the most
Red, white, and blue everywhere.
Yeah, red, white, and blue everywhere, and like and
Live
everyone
band.
is like a live band who's singing like country songs and stuff, and then you got like
That's so cool.
people sitting on the grass with their like blankets and lawn chairs and stuff. It was super American. I haven't seen anything that American in a while.
You know how like
No
in
invites?
American TV shows they have like fairs and carnivals?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to that because we don't
Oh
have that
really?
here.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That's how it looked, except we just didn't have any rides.
Yeah, definitely right. It was just like bouncy houses and stuff, and then some.
It was a lot. It was a lot of people, like more than
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, it was.
wow.
It was super American.
I was standing in line for 45 minutes for some hot dogs, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
did not.
Hot dogs, tacos, snow cones. It was like the whole shebang. It was like so American of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically it. God bless America.
America.
America. What y'all been seeing online these days? What are some things y'all been seeing? Y'all
What's been happening?
I'm just on
I don't even
TikTok. You want me to sing you my TikTok pages?
We know.
Wait.
We've listened to you sing your TikTok songs. No.
There's really nothing much going on, to be honest. Oh, wait, there was a shooting.
Oh
That's
yeah, the
sad.
4th of July
Yeah, 4th
shooting.
of July
I did see
shooting
that.
in Illinois. I could see that. You see that? An Australian saying, typical.
Oh, okay. So I have a question. So whenever like a mass shooting like in America happens, right? So being someone from like a different country, like how do y'all view it or react to it?
That's a good question, Pat. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good
I'd like
question.
to know that too.
To be honest, it's very sad, as like everyone's reactions are.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is like whenever we hear about shootings, it's already like instantly known it's in America because it's never anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
And that's the thing that's the most sad. It's almost like, you keep seeing it happen over and over again. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It's like, why does this keep happening? Like, I'm sure you also have the same reactions. But yeah, it's immediately, as soon as somebody says there was a shooting, it's always, oh, we're in
In
America.
America.
Yeah, which is intense. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys know much about like how it is in Australia, but guns are illegal here. So I've never seen a gun in my life. Like I've never seen one ever. And I was
Wow.
saying this to Andrea the other day, actually.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
pulled out my BB gun, you know, the BB
Oh
gun
my
in my room. Passed
Yeah.
with
And I was
me.
like, why does it look so real?
Yeah, I was like, it is real. I'm joking, it wasn't real. I don't.
And I
Have
was like, girl, you could convince me because I've never seen one.
yeah. Only the
crazy.
police officers have it, right, Kim?
Yeah, only the police officers, or if you have like a license and like you live in the farm far away and you need like some type of gun license. But other than that, like no one, you will not meet anyone. You won't go to someone's house and they'll just have them. Like it's just not here at all.
That's crazy, huh?
I don't know. I don't know the fixation that Americans have with just like having guns
Guns.
in their possession. Like I don't know.
Weapons.
Like, I understand like the need for protection and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's like a control thing.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Probably
I
a
don't know.
control thing. Probably a control thing.
Yeah.
I would say that's a control thing.
But it's interesting because a lot of people say like, oh, it's because of the Third Amendment. Is that right? Is it the Third Amendment?
Second, I think.
Second.
Second, sorry.
Amendment.
I don't know. I'm not American.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah,
You're
but
fine.
Second
How
Amendment.
We'll let
dare
it
you,
go.
Kim? You're a lawyer. But I forgot she's a.
I'm not American.
I know, but
But
she's
like people,
I'm
people
not
be like,
American.
the Second Amendment says I can have this, but I'm like, you do realize it's called an amendment, right? Like it can be.
No, we don't know what that
amended.
means. Yeah, see, Americans don't know what it means. Because, you know, some people are just.
People be like, it says amendment. I'm like, that's amendment. It means it can move. It can change.
She's a lawyer, guys. What?
She knows what he's talking about.
It's not set in stone.
Wow, lawyered. There you go.
Sorry, my lawyer had to come out for a second.
Yeah, that guy, she's a lawyer. If you guys ever need a lawyer, call Kim. Even if she doesn't.
And
know
therapist,
anything.
apparently.
And therapist. It's
So do
free.
you do like civil cases or is it more like
Or what
Right.
I currently work in workplace injury law. So I work on like any workplace injury sort of claims. But I've worked in insurance and family law as well. So yeah,
okay?
Interesting.
I feel like I do so many things.
Yeah, she live streams. What else you do? Only thing she can't do is sing.
True. I can't sing.
Apparently, she can dance, guys, because she grew up in
I grew up a dancer.
in America Samoa. Wait, America Samoa.
American Samoa. Yeah.
American. Okay.
Samoa, yeah.
American
And
Samoa.
Tonga.
It's basically kind of like it's almost like the like Hawaii-ish type, right? But
Yeah.
but it's its own.
Yeah, you guys don't even know about it. It's
Country.
American territory, and
Yeah,
I
I've
never
had
heard
no
of it.
idea. Yeah, I've never heard of it. It's like it's almost like in the Hawaiian state, but it's its own country, and it's really tiny, and it's like in the middle of nowhere. It's like this
In the
small.
middle of the Pacific Ocean, like near Fiji.
Yeah, and she grew up there, and apparently she did like the hulas, like the hula dances.
Yeah.
But lame. No. How can you do the TikTok dances?
We tried, and I didn't do very good.
Yeah, we did a TikTok off, and I won.
You did, for sure you did.
Oh my gosh. Anyways. We keep...
I know.
At least I'm singing my song. Yo, I'm trying to get this song big, man. It's way too catchy
We'll
for
get there.
it not to be. It's way too catchy.
I saw you took a break from social media.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing
What's that
people.
about?
I'm tired of seeing people's faces, to be honest.
What pushed you to do that or make that decision
Yeah.
to step away from social media?
Are you struggling with mental illness?
Yeah, probably. I no, it's I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I couldn't because
Got circles coming out.
that and also no, I've been wanting to do this for like a while, like a few months back, but I couldn't because like obviously when I was on 17 Live, like our contract, it like I had to post every time I streamed, like I had to post on Instagram to show that I'm gonna go live and like this is my event. I'm going live at this time, and like I have to take a screenshot, and I have to like obviously show them proof that I posted. So I couldn't.
wow.
Yeah, and I've been on that contract for like since June of last year. So like, and like I wanted to take like an Instagram break like a few months ago, but I just couldn't. Because obviously I had to do that. And then obviously with Circle's coming out, I can't because I have to promote. That's why I was like, when is the right time? And so I'm like, okay, I'm not live streaming anymore. I'm just like, and like, obviously like the song is out and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I can take a little break. And yeah, so yeah, it's just like mental.
How has the break helped your mental health?
Oh, it's been good. To be honest, like not seeing what people are up to and just being on your own. It's like it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
How long do you plan on doing this?
I was planning on just doing it like a week. I broke my thing because I had to post on it, you know, because it's on YouTube, man. I want people to watch our podcast, and so but I'm not on it. Like after I post it, I delete it, and then yeah, that's how I am. That's it. But I'm maybe next week. Ooh, who knows? Maybe longer.
I'm surprised it's so easy for you. Like, I literally delete my Instagram like every day and re-download it.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I try to take a break from social media, like
it
not
is
to
hard.
look at my phone, but it's like working from home, like, and you're not really going out a lot. It's like,
Yeah,
what are people doing out in the world?
exactly.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
there's
it's
no way, like, at least for me to keep my mental, like I'm a social person, so it's like kind of hard.
Yeah, it's
to be
hard.
social.
It's hard. It's hard still, you know. It's hard. That's why I'm on like TikTok and stuff, cause like I'm like I don't know what else to do with my time. I planned on like working on like music and stuff and just like art with like my time instead of being on my phone, cause I'm always on my phone. I'm just like, oh, this is like way too much. I can't be looking at my phone too much. And like I have all this time, and like before I start working, I wanna at least like you know, I want to do stuff with my free time because I'm not doing anything. I'm just not doing anything. And then I start work on the 18th of July, so I'm not gonna have time anymore after that. So I'm like, I need to make this time worth it. So yeah, I'm just chilling as of now. So, but yeah, it's been cool. I recommend. I recommend.
Social media breaks are always good because sometimes you get really caught up in
And people's
almost
lives.
like an online world. I feel like that happened a lot during the pandemic when none of us had anywhere we could go.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything.
I know. What did you guys do in the pandemic?
Streamed a lot.
Really? That was like just like your main thing. Is like you just streamed, even like in the first few like months.
Well, yeah, because I started streaming like right
Right
in
when
May of 2020.
Oh dang!
So
Man,
that was like right when the pandemic started.
I was making like dalgona coffee, watching Game of Thrones.
TikTok trends.
Yep. Making bread. My mom.
I also was working the whole time too. Like I didn't ever stop working or studying, so nothing changed for me really.
Dang, man. Heck no. Anyways, what did you guys do in the pandemic? Pat, John? I know.
I can't remember what I did yesterday. You want me to go back? Come on now.
Dang, I don't know that. Okay. I know. Pat was in Vegas, and like,
Yeah, I was
he
in
went
Vegas for
to
like
the-
3 months.
yeah, and
Man, I didn't do nothing but argue with old people about why Black Lives Matter.
yeah, he went to the rally. It's crazy because his dad is a Republican and a Trump supporter, and like the stories he told us about like his arguments with his dad is crazy.
Yeah, man, it's
Wow.
a funny guy. He's quite the character.
Wait, he's a Freemason, right?
Yeah, bro, chill, man. Don't
Have him on the pod.
Yeah,
I
my
don't
dad's
even know that.
affiliated with, yeah, he's affiliated with that stuff and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, he's pretty
Opinionated.
Passionate.
passionate about, you know, stuff he believes in and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, can't really do much about that. He's old.
I remember like randomly. Remember when I randomly hit you up on Facebook about that?
Oh
No.
yeah.
Was that your uncle? That
Oh no,
posted
that was
something?
my uncle. That was my uncle.
Oh,
he
okay.
was like, oh, you're too young to be saying stuff about this because you don't really know. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how? What's the age then? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the age that I could start talking about it? Because apparently I'm too young to be. Like my mind is
What
too
the
young.
heck? You were like 24.
I was like, bro.
I was actually like 23, 24. I'm like,
like I have a good college education. Like what? What
for
do you want?
real, man. See, people get picky.
That's so invalidating, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was trying to little bro me on my
Yeah.
own posts or whatever. So it is what it is.
The politics. Oh my gosh, that was like the most intense year ever. Oh my
Bro,
gosh.
it was such a toxic environment, bro. Like, man,
I
it
know.
was
Pat
crazy,
was
man.
just straight arguing with people like
I was
for
going
how
back
many
and forth
months.
to everybody.
Yeah, because everyone was like coming after him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like his background was like had like a pink background, I remember. And then like
Oh,
someone
yeah.
like called you gay because of it. I'm like,
Like,
yeah, because people
Yeah,
are
like my
stupid.
dad put me in like some Trump, like Vegas Trump group. So I was like, okay, let me ask this group. Like it's like a private group of just like Trump supporters. And I was like, okay, so like I'm not trying to argue with anybody, but why do y'all support or continue to support a man who has nothing but, scandals like sexual assault, like, and I forgot what I said, like things against like immigrants and whatnot. And they were like, oh, who is this homo? Get him out of here. This is a Trump only thing. If you don't like it, then get out. Blah, blah, blah. They're just like, first of all, like I'm not even gay. I guess like my profile picture just made it seem that way. But yeah, they were like, oh yeah, don't listen to anything he says. He's a homo. And I was like, okay, first of all, like even if I was, like this is how y'all are gonna come at me, like this is how y'all are gonna have a conversation with me and just come at me for my sexual preference. Like it was just
Yeah, like where's the argument?
exactly. They're like, oh, he's gay. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, all right.
Bro, I swear, these people are just so uneducated. It's ridiculous. Ugh.
Yeah, there was a few here and there who actually
Who knew what they were talking about?
talk to me like a real person, but anybody could be anybody behind the screen.
To be honest.
Yeah.
There was one guy who said he wanted to meet with me to fight. So I was like, all right.
Oh, you gotta go fight.
Yeah, I
The
was like-
parking lot.
He was gonna find someone.
You're
Oh my gosh.
You're over here behind the screen trying to fight somebody. So
That's
it is what it
freaking. I swear, if someone. I swear, come at me, man. I swear, I got. Woo, Pat, man. You have too much like patience. I got no patience with anybody. I swear, come after me. Oh, we're gonna fight, bro. I swear. I never been.
Fight no one.
Wait, I never been in a fight, but I swear, when it comes, oh, I'm raging.
I would like to see that. I would like to see the day that Andrea gets in a fight. I'm like,
I know, right? She run away.
Nah, bro. No. When I'm on my savage mode, now you don't catch these hands, cuz. Look up. Come on, look up.
man, not too.
Don't say that again.
I know. I was like,
Hey, man. I'm from the H.
all right, stop it.
Did you ever fight in
Right,
school?
right, right.
Did you ever fight in school?
No, but this girl wanted
How you
to
know your
fight
hands
me.
good then? How you know your hands good?
I don't know. I just know, man.
Should be shadow boxing in the shower.
You know.
She got that little
Hey.
hands. She's like,
There's a video on YouTube of Isha getting or of Andrea getting scared in the shower.
Don't bring that up. I was naked too. Hopefully that's like down. Y'all
She
can't
was
find that.
She was shadow boxing. I'll send it to you later, bro.
No, I was dancing. Plus, I was like
Oh, you-
8. I was dancing. No, because I was scared to close the door when I showered. So I left it open. And obviously, like, my brothers are fools, and he scared me. Like, that was like his thing. I feel like that should be taken down, because that is a minor who was naked in the shower. That's a lawsuit.
Deep in the YouTube archives. Man.
what this video is, but what the heck?
He scared
Why
me when
you
I was in the shower. No, I was showering. And obviously the door was open because I left it
Why
open.
is this on the internet? That's what I'm wondering.
Because it was 2009 and like you can get away with anything. And this was just a funny video.
Funny time, man.
And like we laughed at it a few times, but take that down, man. I'm about to get famous, man. I ain't trying to get that. I ain't trying to have that in my record.
You want to start the topic?
How is your mental health? Okay, wait. Okay, here's like the first question. I like to start off with the question.
Mhm.
Have you when did y'all? I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone here has struggled with their mental health at least once in their life. Yes, correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
John.
I don't know.
John doesn't know. Okay. Um, like when did you realize it was like like a thing, like
Like an issue?
yeah, like an issue. Because I didn't realize until
Mm.
recently because like even though I have felt it before in the past, I didn't know what it was because obviously it wasn't really talked about until recently where like everyone started to talk about it and was like, yeah, I have anxiety and stuff like this and mental whatever, and I'm just like, wait, I've had that before like a long time ago and like had no idea what it was, and and like I thought I was going crazy. I was like, what is this feeling? Like why am I like you know like I can't function. That was like a weird thing. I was like, oh, so this is a thing, and like I had no idea, and like people go through it. Most people go through it. I'm like, oh, so I'm not crazy. Yeah, so that was probably maybe like 2020 when that started happening.
That was one of my first questions. Because growing up, at least in my generation, as a man or a boy growing up, it's like you're taught to kind of suppress your emotions, like be a man, don't cry, take it like a man. So, what are some of the characteristics that you would say, oh, I think I have mental health or disorder, or like I have an illness or something? Like, what could you like um, kind of pinpoint? Like, oh, I need to seek help, or I need to like talk about it.
I think like so first to answer like Andrea's question, I have struggled with anxiety my whole life. I didn't know what it was. Like when I was in grade 3, I used to have such bad anxiety. I would like throw up, and my parents thought there was something wrong with my stomach. It was not, it was anxiety, but I didn't know that at the time. And I think a lot of the time as well, like especially growing up, even like John saying from different generations as well, like it was not talked about. Mental health was not something that people even knew anything about almost. Like it was definitely something people knew about, but it wasn't something people talked about openly. And I think that's what makes it such a struggle growing up with mental health issues. If people, you can't relate to anyone almost, you feel like you don't fit in anywhere. You feel like you're going through things that maybe no one else has been through before. But now like people are a lot more open about it, which is great. But I guess like in terms of the signs, I don't know. I feel like I still do this, which is not good, but I feel like I almost gaslight myself into believing that I'm not struggling with my mental health. And I think that is seriously the hardest thing, because some days you feel okay and some days may be harder than the other days. And so you start to kind of get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not struggling because I had a bad day, but really you are struggling because it just keeps going and building up over time and gets worse and more difficult to deal with. And I think that's when it gets to the point where you need to seek help and you need to talk to people about it, and go to people that you feel like they won't judge you or feel like they will listen to you when you're going through these things, because that's probably the biggest sign. Or when you're finding you're not having as much motivation, or you're struggling to even get out of bed that day, like those are huge signs that you probably are struggling with your mental health. So yeah.
That's a lot.
Wow, she's an expert over there.
That's too much.
Yeah, I was like, that me? Is that how I feel?
Yeah, she knows all the ins
I
and
can
outs.
relate, I can relate.
Yeah.
She's heard everything.
Yeah.
What are some things that, well, you kind of, like you mentioned, seek help or advice from friends. At what point do you think, like, let's say someone who doesn't feel comfortable reaching out to friends, like, what do you recommend they do? Like, what things can they do, like, to kind of calm themselves or
Oh, okay. So sort of, I mean, I really, really recommend meditation. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know how to meditate. Like, how do you turn your brain off? Because that's something I struggle with as well. Particularly if you maybe struggle with ADHD or something, because that's how do you turn your brain off when you're struggling with something like that? But if you're able to get into a place of just pure, like, I guess, a calm mindset, a purely calm mindset, that's really helpful. Breathing exercises are really helpful. I know it's scary, but just even talking to like your GP, your general practitioner, like they're able to give you resources that are generally free, that they can, guide you in the correct direction to help with your mental health. Also, just trying to have like a good routine. I think that's probably the biggest thing you can do for yourself to make sure your mental health is on track, is just having a routine of some sense, because that's how we get off of our mental health. Is maybe in like you lost your job, so you start waking up later, start exercising less, start maybe not eating as well, and that just kind of tumbles into further mental health issues. So I guess, yeah, the biggest things is just finding ways to comfort yourself through maybe physical exercise, but hopefully you have friends that can support you in that way too, because that's the biggest thing, just talking things out. I think that's how we can help each other the most.
Yeah. Or go to 17 Live, go to Kim's stream. Get some advice.
I mean, yeah, again, I'm not a professional, so.
Yeah. I don't know. When I get like not myself, I tend to like listen to music or
Yeah.
go to the gym.
I find you distance yourself a lot too, because I do that.
Something to take my mind off,
Yeah.
I know, but that's the thing too. Like, distracting yourself is a good in the moment thing, but it's not a solution as well. So it's hard
Like a temporary.
because you don't want to distract yourself forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's like so like you really have to kind of deal with it instead of trying to.
Yeah, and I think like that's the hardest part, and even I struggle with that, is like being at the point where I'm like, I need to literally sit down and talk about these things that are going to make me cry, make me feel angry, make me feel sad, make me feel whatever, but I have to sit there and feel those emotions, because if I don't, it's just going to keep building up and you're never going to feel at all content with your life.
Man, that's crazy. I'm like slowly like talking about it with friends and stuff. It's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard to talk about these things with your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think like the first time I did it was with like Hannah and like her sister and obviously Jamie, because like we have a group chat. And then I was like so overwhelmed with things, and I was like, I showered, and like as soon as I got in my room, I was like crying. I was like, what the frick? What the heck is happening? And I was just like, I just going like a lot of like pressure, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So like I messaged him. I was like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing, or whatever. And then like they came, or they sent some message, and then like a few hours later, like they came and like they got me like a basket full of goodies, and like they wrote letters.
Aww.
Yeah, it was really cute and stuff
really
like that.
sweet.
Yeah, but it's still hard like to talk about it. Like obviously, I don't know why we prefer to do it alone. Like
I think it's because it's scared of judgment, scared of people not understanding, scared of maybe seeming weak, particularly. Like that's why a lot of the time there's statistics that say men don't generally open up about mental health or talk about it, because there's almost a stigma against it. Looking weak, looking a certain way, when in reality, like, we're human. We have to talk about these things.
yeah, I'm like curious about these two dudes here. Like how are I want to know if y'all have ever had like a broke to broke like conversation with any of your male friends, like an actual deep like
about mental health in any capacity,
or like about like obviously like feelings, like if you're going through it, like
Right.
you just have y'all ever had to talk?
I
with
hang
your friends
around
like
straight gangsters. We don't do that. We don't discuss our mental. We go to the strip club or
toxic?
get a drink. That's how we handle our mental problems. You might shoot somebody. You never know.
Oh my gosh, no.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly.
I.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So John hasn't
For the pod. For the
talked.
pod.
How about you, Pat? Have you ever had a conversation with a?
And I guess like a bro to bro thing, it's like rare, like super rare. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's more like, all right, so Christian, like your brother, right? Like me, like he's my best friend, he's my brother, whatever. Like you don't I'm glad he's not here so you don't hear me saying this,
He's gonna watch this later.
Yeah,
but
he's gonna
And
watch
he's gonna
this.
tease you.
Yeah.
nah, it's just like we don't normally talk about
Feelings.
or like or what we're going through, but I don't know, it's sometimes once like in a blue moon we're just chilling and then we'll just talk about like some deep, man, and then it'll just lead one thing to another and we'll just like just that whole night or that one day we'll just dive into everything that we're going through and whatever. But I feel like yeah, and then like I'll vent out what I'm feeling, he'll vent out what he's feeling. But I feel like as men or as guys, like we don't do it as often as we need to. Like we do, like probably the last time that's happened was probably like 2 years ago, bro.
Dang.
Yeah,
Do
so
you
we
feel
don't.
that was like really beneficial though for your
Oh
friendship?
yeah,
Or
for
yeah.
sure. Like, yeah, like it gave me a real like understanding into like who he is as a person. Like like I grew up with him, but like after that conversation, like I understood like how he views things, how he takes things, how he handles things. So like I don't know, it just made our bond stronger, I feel. Um, but yeah, like as a bro for a bro to bro thing, like it doesn't really happen as much as.
I feel like guys should talk about it more
That's so
because I feel like so many
cute.
guys.
I have a
That was very
question
cute.
though. Like, what really qualifies to say, "Oh, I have a mental illness"? Like, is
Yeah.
there a certain thing
I
that
mean,
isn't it just like going through the like emotions? Like, you can
I mean,
have
I think the
emotions and
thing
not have
is,
mental illness, right?
I think the thing is, it's like, okay, yeah, you'd be like, am I actually struggling with mental health just because I'm crying more than normal or something? But like, that doesn't necessarily qualify for a mental illness per se, but it's just more how often is this happening and how because I used to think everyone struggled with anxiety. I was like, oh, everyone's just like this all the time, but that's not true. Like a lot of people genuinely just live their lives normally and not ever feel anxious or ever feel depressed or whatever it is. But I think when it gets to the point where you're constantly, I guess, battling with those demons, and that's when it becomes an issue, and that's when I think help needs to be sought, because otherwise you can almost put yourself in a very, very bad I guess, mentally bad place if you just struggle alone, because you're only talking to yourself in your mind almost. Like
Yeah.
you can really bring yourself to a very bad point if you're just talking to yourself and you're just like struggling yourself. And that's why I feel like it should be talked about more, and people shouldn't like feel like they can't talk about how they're feeling, because we are human, and I'm 9 times out of 10 someone's probably can relate to you in some capacity even if they haven't gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys need to get
You guys
over
need
the
to have
fact.
a bro to bro.
Yeah. Get over the fact that it's what's it called? That it's not weak to
Yeah, it's a
to be
stigma. And
vulnerable
even
and show
yeah,
feeling, because it's just a human trait. It's not a girly thing. It's a human thing. Everyone
yeah,
goes through it, and like I feel like a lot of guys are so scared to talk about their feelings because obviously other guys are like, oh my gosh, you're so like like I don't know. I don't
That's
know
my
what the
thing.
word. I don't know.
That's
What the
my
word
thing
is.
when it comes to like expressing my emotions or whatever. Like I don't want. I feel like when I have problems or something I'm going through, like I feel the need to like like it's me. Like I gotta handle it. It's like I don't need to. I don't want to put the burden of whatever I'm going through onto you. I don't want you to help me deal with whatever I'm dealing with. It's like it's me. I'll go through it. I'll handle it, and when I do handle it, I'll be fine. But I don't know. That's just me, because I don't want my
I get
like
that.
yeah, like a lot of my like whenever I do get into these little moods, like my fear is that it'll be dismissed. Like
Oh.
yeah, and they say, "Oh, you're going through that. Well, there's other people who are going through way worse than you."
Oh,
And
I
that's
hate
happened-
it when they do that.
Yeah, like there's
Because like everyone is still validly allowed to go through things.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because like it's been said to me before, so that's like every time I hear it, I'm just like, all right, see, like what's the point of me venting out if that's the response that I'm gonna get?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Or like that
it's-
device. Oh, I hate
Yeah.
it when people like compare like struggles. Like, it's still struggle, man. It's
Like,
still,
It's still a struggle.
it still struggles. Dang, man. Oh,
and then these responses I'm getting is from other men as well. So like,
freaking.
Yeah.
that's what I'm like. All right, if that's how they're gonna handle it, then I guess that's how I'm supposed to handle it. So I mean,
That's hard.
but I've done. I mean, I feel like I'm doing better when it comes to like venting out or really, not bottling up my emotions or whatever.
That's good.
Okay. Well, is this a thing like with like, obviously your significant other? Like, do you like talk to Tanya about like, if you're feeling,
Yeah, Tanya is really she really helps me a lot when it comes to dealing with my mental health and whatnot. She even if she may not know how to help me, it's just that fact that she's there to listen. And I feel like that's really all I need is just somebody to really hear me or listen to what I have to say. Or, sometimes I tell her I'm like maybe there are like maybe 2 straight days where I'm just going through straight problems. And then she probably might not know it. And then like I tell her like, babe, I just need to cry. Yeah, and I
oh,
just tell her around. I can just like let her. She was like, "All right, like let me know what you're going through." And then I just talk to her. She might not give me advice that like, I don't know. She might not give me advice, but like I said, she's just there to listen and really reassure me that that everything's gonna be okay.
yeah.
You know.
Aw,
Yeah.
love tip. Shout
I
out to
also
you.
think it's important when like coming to friends as well that you think might be struggling. Like
Mhm.
one of the things that I do is I always say like, do you need somebody to give you advice or do you need someone to listen? Because sometimes like we go into automatically maybe giving advice or not
Yeah.
saying the correct things because you don't know what they're coming to you for. So that's another
Yes.
thing as well that's really helpful to kind of also bring up how to, like, if you see your friend struggling but you're like, oh, I don't know if I can talk to them because like I don't want to seem like I'm being weak or whatever, like you can
Yeah.
just kind of be like, do you need someone to talk to or do you need some advice, like what's going on, like you can kind of bring it up in that sense too maybe. But I
Yeah.
get it's hard.
Yeah, the only person I vent out my feelings is Kim. The only person I feel comfortable because
Aw.
because she's so helpful and like she knows how to like like tell you things. It's like a therapist. Like she's great at this.
Aw.
Like you should be a therapist, Kim. You should be like a part-time lawyer, part-time therapist. Make some money.
Thing is, I couldn't do that though because I'm such an empathetic person. I would get way too like wrapped up in people's lives that I wouldn't be able to deal with
Oh
my own.
real. I know you're already like as a lawyer in people's
Yeah,
lives.
so I'm like, I'm trying to do that in some capacity, but with some like lawyer side
Yeah.
of it to kind of separate it.
It, here's like the funny thing, like still, is that like even though I like tell you that I'm going through it, I don't give you the details. I don't know why. I think I'm just like I think in my mind I'm just like it's ridiculous. Like why am I getting sad about this? Which is like a very like
Yeah, but
toxic thing.
that's invalidating
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, no, so it's like a super like toxic thing which like I should get over to be honest. Cuz
But I also feel like when it comes to you, you very much struggle to articulate the things you're going through as well.
no, I do know what I'm going through, but I just don't. I'm like
Well,
I'm
no,
like
because you'll
scared to
explain
say
it, and I'm like, Andrea, do you even know what you're saying? And you're like, no.
Or maybe I'm holding back the actual words
Yeah.
that I mean. That's what I'm
Probably
saying.
are.
It's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so scared to say the things that you're feeling, even if you trust a person?
Especially if you're going to friends, like they're supposed to be non-judgmental.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I surround myself with non-judgmental people, so that I don't feel like I can come to them and they will judge me about
Yeah.
what I'm going through.
For real.
And what advice can you give? Let's say you're on the other side. You see, like you're friends with somebody, but you can see that they're going through something, but they don't come to you. Like, how can you approach that person? Like, hey,
I mean, I honestly do this a lot because I'm constantly like I can feel a lot of the time when my friends are going through things like just by the way they might be withdrawing or not talking to me as much or just the way they're responding. But I just generally try to just send like a little message like, hey, I don't know if you're going through anything or if you I hope you're okay if you know like if you know they've actually gone through something and they're just not talking about it, just sort of a little message goes a long way with your friends and just
Yeah.
checking up on them, and even if they're not don't want to talk about it, at least they know you're there if they ever do need you. And I think that's so important, just checking up on your friends, just seeing how they are, and even if they're great, like that's awesome, but sometimes you can just tell, and I think that kind of opens them up to know that you are there to listen even if you haven't been through what they've been through.
yeah. Sometimes it takes longer for others to kind of
Yeah.
communicate.
But even if even I don't say like anything about mental health, I'll just be like, hey, just checking up on you, I hope you're well, like kind of thing. And then they can choose to see how they want to react to that.
I'm like, Kim, how'd you know?
I mean, yeah, I've done that to you before, Andrea.
No,
Where
it's
I've like
because
been
you
like,
know.
are you good?
No, okay. Here's like my thing. I make it known when I'm going through it. I like post something super cryptic on my social media, and Kim automatically knows that I'm like going through it, and like she messages me, and you're like, "Are you fine?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
I'm like so obvious. I'm like, guys, notice I'm not okay.
But that's good though, because sometimes like you don't know, someone could silently be struggling for so long and you just
Yeah.
have no idea.
That's true.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
But that's why you should check up on your friends, even the friends that seem the happiest, because like the times where I was struggling the most, I came across as very happy. So it's hard.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. That like that a lot of people that are going through a lot
They
of mental
mask it.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they're
I do
very
that a
like
lot.
happy and joyful, but like yeah, like in the inside they're
Check up on your friends, guys.
It's always a shock too. It's like, especially if they like harm themselves or harm someone else. Like, I didn't know that person was going through that. Why did they do that? Or why did they like overdose on
Yeah.
pills or something?
I feel like that's what, if someone were to take their life because of like mental health issues or like depression or whatnot, like that right there is what would, like, as me being their friend, that would like hurt me the most, because like, why couldn't I see the signs, or why couldn't I do something about it before, maybe I could have said something to them that would make them change their mind and whatnot. So yeah, that's why it's good to check on your friends, like Kim said.
How? When's the last time you checked up on me?
Huh?
Good.
Really, when you make those posts, I'd be like, oh, here she trying to be deep again. The whole time she's just going through it.
You know when Kim knows this. Oh my God, when I posted the what's it called? It was like a comic thing, and Pat replied, "Is this a new EP album?" And then Kim also, and Kim also asked me about it. I was like, "Yeah, okay, good. You guys noticed."
No, girl, you think you're slick. I knew exactly what that meant the moment I was like, she thinks she's slick. I like can read you so well. I'm like, I know what she's saying.
No, okay, I make it obvious, like for people.
And then the funny thing is, I'll be like, does this mean this? And you're like, no.
And I'm just like, no, because I'm still shy, even though you know, like, already. I'm like, Kim, why don't you stop asking? You already know.
I know.
Oh, Kyle and Sid are in the chat. What's up? Sid said, Andrea always tells me, though, she just sends eyes. Yeah. Yeah, like, I tell probably, like, Kim and obviously Sid probably like the most out of my like problem stuff, like when I'm going through. It's weird just because like I have like these friends that I've known all my life, but yet I go to the people I've just met a year and a half ago.
But that's the thing too. Like I think that was the biggest thing with me coming on and talking about mental health through streaming, was it was almost like these people don't know me. I can kind of be in a way vulnerable without it feeling uncomfortable because they don't know me.
I feel that. Like, it's better to vent out to people like you just met, because like they don't know you, like you said. And,
Like,
yeah, so you just feel you're comfortable even though you don't know them. Like you just
Yeah.
you're okay with telling them what you're going through.
Yeah. It's like,
That's true.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So we got a question.
Oh, what's
So let's say you're that person, right? You're that person that people go to for, or a person who like go to you for like advice, or to vent, or to you know it's advice for their mental health. What do you do in a situation where like they're coming to you, and it's just almost, it feels draining because like they're coming to you with the same advice, or I mean they're coming to you with the same problem, and you feel like they're not growing as a as a person dealing with their mental health. Like what do you do when it gets to that point?
That is a very good question because I constantly like feel drained, to be honest, but not
Yeah.
like not necessarily by like obviously like I want to be there for people and be there for my friends, but I think because I've been at a point in my life where I felt like extremely lonely. Like I've been at a point where I'm like, I don't have anyone. Like there was a time in my life where I literally felt like I had no one. I cut everyone out of my life. And I never want people to feel like that. So I always say, like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you feel like there's nothing, no growth or whatever. Like just the fact that you feel comfortable enough to come to me and talk to me, that's enough. And I think like that's where my mindset is. And even though like sometimes people going through the same thing and they're not going to change, but they get to a point because that's how it always is. And I know I've been at a point where I'm like, I know I'm doing something that's very toxic for myself, but no one can tell me not to. I have to be ready to do that. And I have to be ready to make that change or ready to make that move. And I think like, that's what it is. Like, as much as it sucks, it's like, oh, it's the same issue over and over, but it's like, they have to get there on their own.
Truth. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's like a Q&A for Kim. Like,
I
Kim,
know.
how do you?
She's our guest, and she's educating us on this.
I know,
That's how I saw
Kim.
it.
But if you feel like your mental health is struggling because you're like dealing with other people's mental health, then it's okay to step back because you can't get to that point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Like once their problems starting to weigh on you.
Yeah,
like,
that's when it's like you need to be like set boundaries.
mhm.
Kim, do you think it's trendy now that people are doing this? Like, kind of,
Good question.
mental health awareness.
You know, there
Like,
are
I'm
some
sad.
people-
Oh, I have mental health.
Yeah,
Like, no, you don't. Like,
Yeah.
there's real
I think
people struggling with this. Do
I
you think it's
struggle
like a
with that.
trendy thing that people are doing now?
I think it's good that people are talking about mental health more, and I love to see the like variations of people actually opening up about their mental health struggles. But I really don't like the trendiness of it, or like how it's become almost like, oh, it's so cool to talk about mental health. I think it's great, but I don't like it when it's, I guess, like attention seeking. But then I'm like, I feel mean saying that because I'm like, well, maybe they're being attention seeking because they really do need help. So it's hard.
That's what makes it tricky, man. I hate
Yeah.
when people, like, they throw the word depression around, like, oh, this is
Yeah. Or anxiety.
I'm just
Or
like,
anxiety. That's
anxiety.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Like they play around with it, and
Yeah.
like really, there's actual people who are actually really dealing with it, and you're just like joking around with it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then again, you don't know whether like maybe
Yeah.
Yeah, what if they
Like-
are? It's
That's
And maybe that's their cry for help, you know?
exactly.
It's hard, but I do think in like overall, it's a good thing because mental health is now less stigmatized. So that if
Yes.
it's going to be, it's almost like no press is bad press in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're still talking about it.
Yeah, that's one of the things this generation is pretty good about. Is kind of like pushing that forward versus like how we grew up back then, where it wasn't talked about.
Yeah, like Gen Z
You
has been
would
talking
talk
about it so
but
much.
it'd
I'm
be,
like,
behind
this is
closed
great.
doors. You may talk with a counselor at school or something,
Yeah.
or like a preacher or pastor or something, But now you have different outlets, groups you can join.
Because I feel like as well, like as you were saying, like, you could go to a counselor and all these people, but it's almost hard to relate to them because they're so much older or they haven't, like, they don't understand you or they haven't been through the same struggles. And it's like, how do you feel like you can talk to people about your mental health struggles if you feel like they can't understand you?
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
good that there's so many more outlets.
Yep.
That's crazy. Old
Yeah.
people. Old people just
Really, yeah. I feel like as you're even going to a parent, I feel like
that's
Yeah.
a scary
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That
Going to
is.
a parent, they'll flip it on you or twist your words and make you feel even worse than what Yeah.
Yeah, for
They'll be like,
real.
am I the problem? Like, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you're the problem. You want to know what's causing this anxiety? You.
You.
Yeah, man. You know, it's like I hate it how like the older generation like calls like the people who are like talking about like mental health like they're like uh snowflakes.
Pussified is the word.
Pussyfied. Is that
Yeah.
what they say? Oh, wait,
I've
I've never
never heard
heard.
them.
I know, I've never heard of that. I've heard snowflakes. How,
I heard snowflakes.
yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I'm like, tough it up. Like, everyone has to deal with it. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay, but what point does it, like, these things keep piling on, though?
exactly. Yeah, it's. I think because it was it's a super taboo thing for them that it's like.
It is, for sure. That's a good word.
Yeah, I think they say those things because like how else are they supposed to respond? They don't know how to respond. So like they just say, "Tough it out," you know.
You're just a kid.
Yeah, you're just
You
a
don't
kid.
know.
Don't
You don't know what
put
pain is.
Well, they'll be like, when I was a kid, I had to do this. You didn't have to do that. And it's like,
different times,
invalidating.
man. Different times.
Whoa.
I wasn't there. World War II. All right. I wasn't there with Abraham Lincoln. Dang.
But there's so many more, like, I mean, it's all relative. There's still so many struggles that you have to go through in this generation, too. Like, you know, the job market, getting a job is hard. Like, financially supporting yourself is hard. Like,
For
there's so many
real.
expectations.
Old people. Gosh.
Boomers.
Boomers.
The boomers and Gen X.
Yeah, what the heck? Those boomers and Gen X who are getting mad because the world is changing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people get mad whenever we say the word will just I guess when we see that the world is like changing, like people get mad. I'm like, isn't that how it's supposed to be? If you're stagnant, like, isn't that like a bad thing? If you're just, you know, if you're not moving, you're just in one place. Like if there's no any.
Depends if they're saying if it's changing for the good or for the
Yeah, that's what
worse.
I feel like
Yeah.
they do it as, you know, we're not evolving, we're going down, we're not like really changing for the better.
Yeah. Okay. I get that makes sense.
But,
Sid said, it's a two-edged sword, though. I feel like as a teacher, I deal with so many kids who talk about it, who talk about like mental health,
Mental health.
where I
That's
have
good,
to
though.
take a step back to see if it's an excuse or real. Oh.
yeah, I deal with that too, man.
Oh
I gotta really.
That's
Yeah.
I feel like Kim, I don't know if you
Yeah.
dealt with this as well. Like I feel like it's getting younger as far as the kids that are kind of coming out saying they have mental health problems.
Yeah.
And then you see like in school shootings or like overdose and it's like young kids like 16, 17, you know.
Teen.
I feel like that's where it starts, though. Like that's usually like the age where it is. I think. Okay, I think that you think that it's probably because when you
like,
were
yeah, they didn't talk about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
They didn't talk about it. Yeah.
At your age, like we were talking about, like when I was like 16 and like I was feeling like anxiety and stuff like that. I was like, I didn't know what it was like I don't know what I was feeling, and that's why I didn't I never discussed it with anyone, and then I heard like a lot of people online are talking about anxiety and mental health, and it's like, oh, so that's what I've been feeling for all these years. That's what it's called. Had no idea. That's what I'm saying. Like people don't understand like how early these things can, I don't know, I guess develop.
Also, a lot of your mental health struggles probably do come from your childhood, but you don't realize. Like, especially if you grew up in a family that was very strict or unsupportive of your emotions, like that transfers into adulthood, and then you can't deal with your emotions as an adult. Like, it's difficult.
Yeah. Like I really had to like I think like a couple months ago I had to like really take a step back and realize like how I grew up and how, you know, how that shaped me as a person. And I'm like looking back, I'm like, dang, I had no support. But when it comes to
Yeah.
like my interests or whatever, because like I noticed that, growing up, I was really almost forced to really live out my dad's dreams of himself that he couldn't really fulfill on his own. So he pushed it on me, even though like I didn't want to do that, but that's what he wanted to do. So, and I feel like, having to do that, I wasn't really able to explore my true interest in things that I wanted to do and whatnot.
Please tell us, Patrick. What? Like, I want to know what your
How did
interest
that
is.
make you feel?
I don't know what interest.
He's like,
What
I like
interest?
selling.
Wait, hold on. What
Just stop
interests
it.
are these? I have no idea what your interest is.
No, I mean it's just regular kid stuff. I mean like
Oh,
when,
like hobbies.
growing up, yeah, like little hobbies.
Oh,
Like I said,
okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to, focus more on basketball. And my dad was like, "Nah, you're not gonna get anything out of that. Learn a martial art." I mean, like,
Oh, and then he learned taekwondo.
Like High School Musical.
see, exactly. You see, you're putting two
High
and two
School
together now. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, stuff like that. And then something that, yeah, whatever interest that I do like, yeah, he would just shut it down. Like, nah, that's not
Yeah.
cool. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. Do something that's gonna benefit your life. And I'm just like, okay, Dad.
In the
That's
chat,
hard though, because like as a kid, you should be exploring all of these things. Like you're a
Yeah.
kid.
I know.
Yeah, but like as a kid at the time, just like I didn't know better. I didn't know that like
Mm.
I should be able to do anything that I want to do.
Mm.
But because like I was really dependent, and I didn't really have a voice to say anything. Now looking back, I'm just like, dang, I really could have.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When I was young, I didn't let my parents tell me what to do or who to be. Like that's how it is now. I feel like now they're more like strict on like my brothers and stuff. I'm like, what are you guys doing with your life? Why aren't you in school? Like all you want to do is work, and like there's no benefits at your job, yada yada yada. And then like I'm here pursuing music and like not making a cent
Like, get
with
on
my
her, man.
career. Like with my career, I'm not making a cent, but I think that they know that I'm super ambitious, and like I'll do what it takes to make it happen. Whereas of them, I don't think they have any ambition and stuff like that. But that's off topic. Anyways, in the comments we have a Sid that says, is when people actually use the struggle that it invalidates others. Obviously, you can never fully tell. That's why I transfer them to professional. Oh,
Yeah.
or with their students.
Well, yeah, because Sid is a teacher, so she's saying that like people will be like, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't put in my work because like I was depressed." It's like, when is it an excuse and when is it like actually, I guess,
Like
like a
valid.
validating reason? Yeah.
Yeah. If they use an excuse, shame on them. That's just wrong.
It's
Yeah.
wrong. But,
Yeah.
It's, they're just trying to.
Kids just trying to get out. Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't know the gravity of it all, like when it comes to like talking about mental health or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she's go to a professional, because yeah, like that's how they're going to be able to really benefit from it or whatever.
Wow.
That's very true.
Can you talk about mental health in terms of like being in a relationship with
I'm like laughing because I'm like, I've never been in a healthy relationship.
mental
I've
health
never
is
been
more
in a
like
healthy
inner, right?
relationship.
Am I wrong? It's like more inner. It's not like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and like it's toxic, but that's not really mental health. Mental health is more
I mean, it is because
inner,
it
right?
affects your mental health. I mean, like from my own experience, I've been in extremely toxic relationships. And I think the biggest thing is like when it comes to a relationship, right? A lot of the time you almost accept red flags because you want it to work, or you really like this person and you're like, like there are things I like about them and there are things that I really want to make this thing work. So I'm going to struggle, but that's not how it should be. Like you should be supporting one another in the same capacity. But I feel like a lot of the time relationships, you do just kind of brush over a lot of red flags, and that does affect your mental health, especially if it's toxic. But it sort of goes back to what I was saying before, where like you have to be in the right space to get out of it. People can tell you over and over again, like, this is bad for your mental health, this is bad for you, you're constantly stressed, you're constantly anxious, you, like, I don't know, think they're cheating, I don't know what it is, but it's like you have to be in the right mindset to get out of that, because no one can get you out of that. And it's just, yeah, it's not healthy, but it's something that you have to come to terms with for your own well-being when it comes to toxicity, especially with people that are bringing you down rather than, but that's the thing, yeah, you don't know, because you're like, oh, you're so like, almost have like love glasses on. They say like rose-colored glasses on.
Yeah.
Because you just want it to work.
All right.
Yeah. It's kind of like scary, right? Though.
Yeah. It's more scary because you have love for that person and you want it to work, but then you also know that your mental health is deteriorating. So it's such a struggle. And also their mental health is probably deteriorating at the same time, because it's not healthy for either of you.
Accepting the red flags, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a fact. People accepting like red flags, like to make it work. That's like ultimate toxic right there.
That's the new thing now too.
Is it?
The red flags.
Oh yeah, yeah, the red flags. Dang, I'd be accepting.
Oh, she had 5 red flags.
Oh, what red
it's
flags?
Like the things on TikTok, but like she a 10, but
she's a 10. Oh, so she's a 10, but doesn't know how to communicate. That's a 1.
That's what people should be doing.
That's a 1.
So 1.
She's a 1. He's a 4. He's a 4, but has a good job and he's very nice. That's an 8. I love seeing this.
She struggles with mental health, but she's seeing a therapist.
Well, she's an 8. Oh, she's an 8?
Yeah, okay. She's an 8, but she has mental health issues, but she's seeing a therapist. See, then she goes up.
A potential 10.
Potential 10.
Potential 10. Oh. Now, what are some red flags? What do you think, guys? Here, I have some questions for the guys. If there's a red flag, because I've seen it on TikTok. When she has a lot of guy friends. And like majority of her friend group is guys. Is that a red flag?
Man.
That's tricky, man. That's tricky.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel okay. So if she has a lot of guy friends, I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't want to sound insecure.
Yeah. How about you, John?
Yeah.
Okay, if am I already talking to her, or I'm trying to like?
You're dating her.
I'm dating her,
yeah.
And I found out she has a lot of guy friends.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't think I have a problem with it. I won the prize, so.
Oh.
Hey,
John.
It's like on the reverse side, like
Confident.
how do you girls feel like if a guy has a lot of girlfriends, like?
Flip the script.
Oh. Well, Kim doesn't like relationships.
I don't, yeah. And it's literally from what we were just talking about, like very toxic relationships. I've never been in a healthy relationship, so I don't even know how to have a healthy relationship. I have healthy friendships, but in terms of like relationships, I've never had a healthy one. But yeah, I mean, I think it's all about like your type of relationship you have with people. You know what I mean? Like even if they have like lots of girlfriends, or like she has lots of guy friends, it's like I don't think that's a red flag necessarily. It's just more like how they interact with them, and like I don't know, are they like going over having sleepovers all the time? You know, like what's happening?
Sleepovers.
Like, what's happening? But if it's literally just like guy friends that you just hang out with and like you're in a group kind of thing, then like whatever. I don't think it matters.
I feel like
I have a friend who's a girl. She has a bunch of guy friends, and one of the things I asked her, like, how come you have a lot of guy friends, like not a lot of girls? She has me like 5 girlfriends that she associates with.
That's me.
She says it's because girls are like judgmental, or like they kind of like
messy,
talk behind your back, stuff like that. Guys are more like nicer, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, literally Andrea is like one of my only girlfriends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
I have I have a mix of both. I'm friendly with everyone.
Yeah, I got a mix of both as well. But I hate when people be like, But like, how can you have a platonic friendship with someone of the opposite gender? I'm like, how can you not? Like,
Yeah.
I've grown up my whole life having platonic friendships with all genders.
Yeah, I've been seeing this a lot, like people asking, can guys and girls just be friends? And like a lot of people
Yeah.
are just like, nope. I'm like, really? I feel like I have
But
a lot.
why?
I know, like I have a lot of guy friends. I don't understand. I guess, cause like I hear, like the argument that a lot of the guys, um, um, uh.
I'm about to get her, Pat. I'm about to get her.
No. Here, listen.
I'm
It's
about to
like,
get you. About to get you.
listen. It's like when guys are friends with the girl, like actually friends with a girl. She doesn't find her attractive, but
Uh,
but
like, are you saying guys can only have platonic friendships if they don't find the
yes,
girl?
yes. Because if they find this girl attractive, like they're, I guess,
I want to know their opinion on that.
I guess their motivation is like, let's see if I can get with them. Not just like hook up, but I'm just like trying to see if there's something there. And then if there's not, I think they just let it go and whatever. I feel like that's like the first impression of guys with girls. Am I wrong? Am I wrong or am I right?
I want to know what they.
Yeah,
they
no,
say
let's hear
I
it,
about
was
guys.
thinking like, now I think about like all the girls that I know have a lot of guy friends. That girl is kind of cute. So I'm thinking like all those guys just want to be friends with that girl because they trying to like fill in
Trying
that
to
spot
hit.
or something,
Trying to
or
hit.
just trying to hit or something.
Probably,
You know
man.
That's
If
how
the
I be
girl's
doing
cute.
it too, man.
If
Like,
the
no
girl
way.
is cute, probably.
But what is your opinion on like the guy's opinion on girls becoming friends with girls that you're not attracted to? Because that's what you were saying, Andrea.
Yeah, cause guys, because obviously if okay, here, listen up, listen. I'm gonna paint a picture in your head. Okay.
But
So like you guys are there, and like there's like two girls that you just meet, and like one girl is not attracted to you, or I guess like she's not like appealing to you, and like there's one girl
like,
that's
she's
hot.
not attractive to me,
To
or
you,
attractive,
to you.
like
No, like as in
or-
you're not
Yeah.
attracted. You
Yeah.
don't find her attractive.
Yeah, you don't find her
Okay,
You
attractive.
don't find her.
Okay, so there's one girl who's not attractive, and then like you have a girl who's like hot, and then you guys are in a friend group. Like I know that one of y'all are trying to get with the hot girl, and not with the other girl because obviously like you don't find her attractive, and like you can just be friends, and that's like kind of like, I feel like that's the thing with guys. Is like, I guess.
They friend zone the girls they don't find attractive.
Yeah, friend girls. No. Or like, or if they find a girl who is attractive, but she says no, I think that's when they're like, all right, I guess this is not gonna work, and like they can just be friends. You know what I'm
Or do
saying?
you just go like, never mind, cut her out completely?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if guys do that. I don't know if guys.
I know, I'm asking.
I know. I'm also. I don't know. Are they? Are you guys like that? If a girl like turns you down, and like, do you guys like keep being friends, or is it like, alright, bye? I'm curious.
You go first, Pat.
I answer this.
I don't know. I guess like
I don't think Pat's been turned down many times. He's a pretty boy.
For real,
He gets a lot of girls.
ever since
Not
I've
like-
known him.
All right, so I guess when it comes to like, okay, so first impressions, right? First impressions, yeah, I feel like if there's two girls, one is more attractive than the other, then yeah, I'm gonna gravitate. Me personally, I'm gonna gravitate more to the more attractive one, and then the other one is just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's like a homie.
Yeah, and then but like, I'm not gonna have any like intentions of trying to get with her. Like I just want to establish a friendship, and then
Try to see if there's
Yeah.
something there.
yeah, I'm not trying to trying to get your feet wet. You can't just jump in the pool. So
Gotta
like
dip a
yeah,
little
when
bit.
it comes to that, yeah, I don't just like immediately like in the other episode I when it comes to getting into a relationship, I told y'all that if you're gonna get into a relationship, establish a friendship first, and then yeah. So
Also have good mental health. Don't put people through your trauma.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you want to put all.
Sometimes it's not even you. Like you get in a relationship and then you find out that that person has mental health
Yeah.
issues,
Yeah.
and now you're freaking stuck and you're trying to like fix it. So
I could fix them.
Sorry.
Oh, I hate it when people say I can fix them.
No.
You can't fix nobody.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't cut them off. I think I can be friends with both.
I think like if like this just goes for anything though, like with friendships, you just kind of gravitate towards certain people, and then I don't know. I think it's just more like the aspect of like there's almost like whatever your preferences are, but like I guess like for this like a guy and a girl, it's like there's automatically like are you attracted to that person? Is there that first? Whereas it should just like I guess be a friendship, like you're saying, before anything else.
Yeah. How about you?
It's like
Sam?
society expectations almost. Like, are you trying to become more than friends because we're the opposite gender and we're attracted to, like, it's like that. Is there that kind of aspect to it? And it's weird almost.
Mhm.
it depends, man. First, I have to get her vibe. Like, is she like, is this a person I'm potentially gonna be like in a relationship with, or is it just a one night stand type of thing?
I mean, okay. Let's say it's like a relationship and it's not a one night stand.
Yeah, then like Pat said, I'll try to like build a friendship, court the girl, stuff like that.
So you say you got a mission?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you want to
They
build
always
something,
got a mission.
If I'm
From the
attracted
jump?
to you,
girls plot too. Girls plot way before they talk to a girl. Like the girl,
Kim,
I
do you
think
think
girls
this is valid?
size up guys like right when they see them.
I don't think girls are like this.
Or not. Like,
No, girls are not like that.
yes, they
To be
are.
honest,
No,
y'all
they're
don't
not.
plot. Y'all don't plot.
No, we
Girls
don't plot
plot.
from the
Come
jump.
on now.
No, from
Come
the
on.
jump.
From the
No, from the jump. No, we
like,
don't. That's
oh,
y'all.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm more flattered when a guy wants to be friends with me, because then I'm like, they won't keep me around for longer, because like relationship hookup, that's nothing. Like they want to keep me around for longer. Like that's a more compliment to me.
That's fair.
Kim does like relationships, so she's like.
I hate relationships.
So I don't know how she
You
deals
want to
with
be my friend? I'll be your friend.
it. Red flags, bro. You guys plotting from the jump. I see. I got you.
I don't be plotting from. I don't know.
I know. I think. Okay. Here's what it is. I feel like guys do plot from the jump. Girls do plot, but not from the jump. I think whenever, like, if they have a connection, I think that's when they'll start kind of like, all right, maybe this is something. Let's try this. No, but y'all are like, let's see if they can do this. Y'all be like that. This is y'all. That's what I got.
It's not wrong to keep your options open, especially if you're single. I think guys and girls do that.
Ooh, I have a question. A good, okay, because I saw this on TikTok. I've been on TikTok a lot, guys. This person said, I'm single, until there's a ring on my finger.
Oh
No.
Yeah, I know, that's like
Absolutely
toxic.
not.
Heck no.
that's toxic.
Yeah, that's toxic. I was like,
It's
nah.
kind of true though. Kinda true.
Oh,
Oh, John toxic for sure.
Like,
John-
you're
okay,
established relationship.
technically,
You're
yeah.
saying you're single till you get a ring?
Because that relationship you can break up. And
But
then
you're like,
True, but like you acting single, like that's what I'm
I
saying.
know,
like, you
yeah.
act-
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
that's another
saying, it's like you're
like
basically
you pretty much
single.
have an open relationship and you just do whatever you want.
yeah,
See, an open relationship is a different.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a whole
because
different thing.
you're both on the same page, like to let them know that like you're with you, but I'm open to other people as well.
Open
What's
relationships.
the point of being a
It's
yeah,
so
that doesn't
dumb
make
to me.
sense.
It doesn't.
Like, why would you?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I was
I was
just
gonna
saying.
say that doesn't make sense. Whoever said that, like, why would you be in a relationship then? Just be single.
No, it doesn't work, man. I swear, it
There's
don't work.
just so many. There's so many different versions of sexuality, and that's just a whole nother thing.
Yeah. In the first episode, we talked about polyamorous, and these dudes had no idea what it meant. And we're like,
Really?
yeah, yeah. We were like, wait, oh, really? You don't know what it meant? And so, like, we talked about it and said it's basically a person, like, committed to multiple people. It's like a relationship, but it's like a commitment, as if you were just, like, on a one-on-one.
But there's also different forms of it because there's people who
Yeah.
are like in a happy relationship, but then they just also sleep with other people. Or there's people who are like actually in like relationships with two people. I
Heck
don't know.
no,
Like
bro.
I personally don't resonate with this, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
They're happy, man. As long as they happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
And communication.
if
Yeah,
they
but-
happy, but it ain't for me.
Yeah, I feel like everybody in that party needs to be like on the
Exactly.
Same page, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't be me though.
Could've-
It ain't gonna be me, but
Could be me either.
Do you feel like a person needs to be in a relationship to have a good mental stability? Like,
see, I
not
don't
to say
like
that someone needs to
though.
depend on somebody. You know how some people be like, I don't need a man to validate me, or I don't need to.
But I don't like when people are like, oh, I'm happier in a relationship. Like, yes, that's normal, but as in the sense of like, oh, my mental health is now great because I'm in this relationship. Because then that's just putting your happiness entirely on another person. Like, you got to be happy within yourself to have a happy, healthy relationship. And if you're not at that point, then you can't have one.
Yes, you have to be 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Because otherwise you
with
just
yourself.
project it onto the other person because you don't know how to deal with your own issues, which is what happened to me. Not me to them, them to me.
Kim's gone through it.
I've been through it.
Red flags, man, guys. Red flags. How about some
You go,
red flags
Let
for
me-
girls?
Tell me who they are.
How about some red flags for girls? Guys. Like, what are some red flags?
Yeah, what are some red flags?
Yeah, because, like, we're only saying stuff about guys.
Let me go through my list here.
He's a 10, but he has a podcast. He's a 4. He's a 10, but he listens to Joe Rogan. A 0.
My ex listened to Joe Rogan.
I'm just joking, guys.
I don't know. Recently, I've been dealing with a lot of women who have kids. So
It's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
that's not a red flag.
Damn, he's out. No kids.
No kids, man.
No. It's not a red flag. I'm just saying, like, it's just, I don't know. You go, Fatty. Come back to me.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm blind to red flags. God, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard when you really like someone. Like you just
She's
kind of.
fine, but she can't cook. Red flag.
Hey, now that you say it.
But that's the thing. People be like, "Oh, she can't cook," but it's like, if you found your dream girl and she couldn't cook, you still go there.
Yeah, for real. For
Mine
real.
too.
Yeah, I know. See, she's...
I'll compromise.
That's
But
fact.
Yeah, you will compromise.
Oh, okay. That's a thing as well. Compromise. Is that like a form of sacrifice?
What? Like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
You
saying.
know what I'm talking about? Like,
it's compromising.
you know how people be
sacrificing.
like,
yeah.
she's saying like, you know how people in a relationship, they're like, okay, I want this in this relationship. Like, I don't know. I want this certain thing in this relationship, and the person is like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable. Is that compromise or is that sacrifice? And if this thing is like, I don't know, maybe like deciding to go into an open relationship, they're like, I still want to be with you, but I want to sleep with other people. Is that a compromise or a sacrifice if you don't really want that?
I think compromise is you both come into an agreement. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what I think.
sacrifice is like, all
You don't
right,
wanna do
I
something,
know
but
this
you're
person
doing
don't
it.
want to, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So, yeah.
Ignoring the red flags.
Ignoring the red flag.
Yeah, we've all been guilty of that. I was a simp before, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we know, John. Kim,
Yeah.
did you know that this dude,
Dude.
this man almost bought a girl a car? That's how much of a simp he was.
That is, you gotta take out a loan for that girl?
Hey, man.
Facts. She was that fine.
He's the biggest
Is
simp
that
ever.
fine? Damn, what's this?
Why'd you
girl
let her
doing?
go?
Like,
I know, Joe. Why'd you let her go?
I didn't know any
give
better.
me some tips from that girl.
I was young. I didn't know any better.
Well, hold on, Joe. Why'd you let her go if she was fine?
Yeah, why you let her go if she was fine?
because she was fine to everybody else too.
Oh, so
Mm.
she
So
was
how-
she was oh.
Well, does that really make a woman a hoe though? If like everybody thinks she's fine, I feel like
Facts.
If
You
she
spit
didn't
facts.
get attention.
unless she's going around making it,
Right.
you know, she's going around
Yeah.
letting them know that hey, I'm fine. What you think about that? Then yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's facts,
That's
Pat.
being fair.
That's facts.
But like I'm not saying hoe in a negative way because I'm all for the hoes.
Yeah.
Kim, we
I
know.
identify with the hoes.
Kim, we know. How about the Bush story, Kim?
Turn down here.
Dirty.
I can't tell that story on here. That's not rated PG.
It's okay. It's a rated R podcast.
we're on YouTube now. We're not on 17 Live.
It's okay. I can say whatever I want on YouTube. I'm joking.
No, you can't. Shut it
Yeah,
down.
no, we can't.
You gotta put
But,
the 18 plus warning. Sign
Yes.
into an account before you watch it.
age restriction.
To watch the stream.
Yeah. But oh wow, yeah, this was a great stream. I had so much fun. We had great conversations.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone feels like they can talk to their friends about their mental health now.
Y'all
Check
got
up on
that,
your friends.
boys. Hear that?
Yeah, boys.
Boys. Talking
Check
to
up on your
you.
friends.
Talking to you, boys.
To be honest, I probably check up on my guy friends the most because they're the ones that aren't gonna come out and say it.
For real.
What are some of the things that you noticed that made you wonder that made you reach out? If you're able to talk about it, like or like kind of be
Meaning
discreet
what?
in a way. Like, was there something they said or you saw online that made you kind of reach out to them?
Oh, I guess like with my guy friends, the biggest thing is I can tell like I don't know, a lot of my guy friends maybe like start to distance a little bit more and maybe just stop replying as much or like just kind of like withdraw from a lot of conversation. Like that's when I'm like, okay, they're going through something. That's probably like the biggest thing for me to notice. Or I don't know, maybe sometimes social media, but most of the time it's just the way they're replying. Because I feel like guys do that a lot. They just distance themselves because they don't want to talk about it. So I make them. I'm just kidding.
Is there a reason
I
why
don't
you
make
have more guy
We'll talk
friends
about
than
it.
girlfriends? And
Yeah, I do.
you can answer this question too,
Wait, what?
or if it applies to you. Is there a reason why you have more guy friends than girlfriends, or that's just the way it is?
Andre, do you like we both have like the mix, right?
Yeah, I have a mix of both. I don't have like one that's more than the other.
I guess because like the same sort of thing. Like I feel like I don't know, a lot of girls can probably say this as well. Like growing up, I don't know, girls can be very catty and judgmental
Yeah.
and like
And they're messy.
I've struggled with that a lot, like through high school especially. And I just find that like conversations with a lot of guys, it's very much just like there's none of the like trying to compare. I feel like that's the biggest thing with other girl friendships that I've had. And that's why I also struggled to have a lot of girl friendships because like I feel like they're just trying to constantly compare and one up you and judge you and be like, I don't know, talk about guys and stuff. And I don't like that's not my vibe. I don't want to talk about guys all the time. I don't want to try and like that's just not what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I feel like friendships with guys are almost like the most like platonic kind of thing. It's just, you know, truly like, what are you feeling? What are you going through? And there's no comparison.
I love having friendship. I have a lot of girl friends. I would say more than guys, and I love having conversations with women because they're truthful. You know,
Yeah.
they tell like it is. You know, and then like you also get some tips too, like on how to like talk to women, approach women, what they like, what they don't like. So that kind of helps.
Hey, facts, John. That's facts. Like, that's smart
And I
too.
also feel like all the friendships I have with girls are girls that have friends of multiple like Andrea, like there's like a lot of friends I have like that are with girls that have multiple like genders in their friendship group. It's not just like all girlfriends. I think that's also another thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good. That was a good. Oh, sorry. That was a good.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, like Goofy.
Part out.
Mick Moss. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but that was a good podcast. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
It had so
Yeah, it
much
was
fun,
good.
right? I had fun having Kim here. You know, this
Oh.
is a new
Have fun.
platform. Yeah, I like the YouTube
Follow
thing.
Kim, guys. Post her tag
Yeah,
at the bottom
yeah. What's
of
your
the video
Instagram? Oh yeah. I'll guys, all of our
on YouTube. Yeah.
yeah, all of our what's this called handles for our socials are down below. If you want to catch Kim on her streams every day, she streams mostly every day on this app called 17 Live. Her at name is just at Kimberley. Literally, this is how you spell her name down here. You can see it on the screen. And so yeah, this was Talking in Color. We talked about mental health and we talked about relationships and other things. It was so much fun. Is there anything else you guys want to say or what?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this
Thank you.
conversation.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
Really open.
Don't be a
open our
stranger.
eyes to new things. Yep.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have you again, Kim. Next time for sure.
Yeah, it's slaps in here. It's bussin'.
Gosh.
Okay.
Kim, I got a question.
Just kidding, I had
slang, what are some Australian slangs?
Oh, okay.
Mate,
Mate.
say mate.
That's basic.
Yeah, I know that. I say that sometimes.
I don't know. I don't really speak in Australian
Like in
slang.
America,
I
they'd
just-
be like, I'm spinning the block, looking for my ops.
Boy, who says that?
No, I just try and
A
do
lot
my
of people say
American
that.
accent.
Oh,
Welcome to Los Angeles.
wow.
We have so much water.
That's all. That's her American.
That's all I know how to
accent.
say in American
Like
accent.
Siri out here.
Now, what's your How do you say the flip flops in Australia?
Oh, thongs.
Yeah, they call them thongs.
Oh yeah, I heard that before. Yeah, they call it
Thongs, yeah. We
Oh
say
my gosh,
thongs.
you wearing thongs? And like you're
Yeah.
like where?
Huh?
Like you're
Yeah.
looking at your feet. You're.
We say like servo, arvo means like servo is like the gas station. Arvo is afternoon. We just shorten words.
What the heck?
Oh
Okay.
my-
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Avo, avocado.
Do that too.
Yeah, I'll be like, see you in the arvo, which means see you in the afternoon. Yeah.
What about like hi or goodbye? Is this different like slangs for that?
No, just just hi and bye.
I'm just asking.
How do you
Yeah.
say here in Houston, John?
Like in London they
Good
have
day,
like
mate.
different trio or like
Oh no.
hi or something like that. I don't
How
know.
do you say here in Houston, John?
Well, hi and bye.
Yeah.
Here?
Alright.
Yeah. Here in Houston. How do you say hi and bye?
Look good.
Hi
Say hey,
or
look
like
good.
Hey,
what's up? Or,
hey, what up? Hey, what up, cuz?
hi, what up?
What I do?
What up, cuz?
What it do, baby?
What I do,
What it do,
baby? This is how we. Yep. If you ever hear from the H, if you hear.
So there's just a lot of misconceptions about Australia, but like also all media is American. Like I grew up watching American TV shows, like it's all American. So
Yeah.
I don't know. In a way, like I guess we are similar to that in that sense.
Don't
too.
you dare say that. I'm just joking.
Sorry. Actually, it's offensive of me to say that to the Australians.
Good one. Well, guys.
Do you really have a koala or a kangaroo?
Really joking. I got a rabbit though.
Yeah, she's a rabbit.
Oh, okay.
His name
Do y'all
is
have-
Dog.
Do y'all have like a lot of venomous like insects just out and
See,
about?
that's the thing people think, right? They're like, I'm not going to Australia. They got scary animals.
Yeah.
I live in the city. Like I don't see nothing out here. I don't see
Kim,
anything.
Kim,
There's
don't
not a bunch of snakes like everywhere.
No.
You don't open your toilet bowl and you just see something.
wait, no.
Maybe like in the bush, but
No.
not here.
Listen, Kim told me a story. She was at her parents' house. There's a massive spider, this big, and it was a furry one. It was the size
So
of a
big.
dog. Was on the door.
Yeah.
This
it's
big, yo.
It's big.
Uh,
But
This
like they're
big.
not scary. Like it's just a spider. What's it gonna do?
It's gonna bite you.
you mean?
I know what you mean. I know.
But like that's the thing. Like that's out in the burbs, you know.
In the
We're not going over there.
in the burbs.
the burbs of the
We're
ghetto.
not going
No,
out
I
in the
know.
bush, you
I know the burbs is the ghetto.
Yeah, like we're not going out in the bush. But there is, yes, there are scary animals, but there are scary animals in America too. But you probably don't really talk about it because, like, you know, it's all in the forest and stuff. You know. It's just-
Yeah,
They're all in the hood.
they're all in the hood. No,
yeah, they're
John.
all in the hood.
All our
guys got, like,
animals
animals
are
with
locked up in
guns.
the zoo.
Yeah, they're all in the zoo, sadly.
Yeah, that's another thing as well.
All
But
right.
yeah, we got some cool animals.
I mean, I guess. Well, anyways, guys, this was the podcast Talking in Color. Catch us again next week at our actual at the you know what? It's gonna be posted on the actual account. On the account Talking in Color podcast YouTube channel. Hopefully we can start
Okay.
streaming there. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Kim, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks
a
for
great
having
time.
me.
Of course. I am your co-host Andrea with my other co-hosts Patrick and John.
Gang.
Gang. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye. Darling, tell me what we're doing, 'cause I've been catching your stress all night. You say we're just dancing, we're just having fun, but I still crave for more even when the night is done.